Hey everyone! Today we're diving into something really cool, a custom AI assistant that's built to completely flip the script on project risk. We're talking about moving away from that constant fighting mode and into a place where you're strategically getting ahead of problems.
Does this sound familiar? You're scrambling through spreadsheets trying to rack your brain for lessons you know you learned on a project 2 years ago, and you just constantly feel like you're one step behind. It's this exhausting, reactive cycle that just eats up so much time and energy.
So to really get why this AI agent is such a game changer, we first have to talk about the pain. Let's really dig into the core frustrations of traditional risk management that this thing is designed to completely wipe out.
Let's be honest, manual risk management is, well, it's a chore. It is so slow. The analysis, it can be all over the place depending on which project manager is doing it. And all that amazing hard-won knowledge from past projects? Poof, it just gets lost. But I think the worst part is how that risk register just becomes this lonely document, totally disconnected from how the project is actually being run.
Okay, but what if? What if you could change all that? Imagine having a tool that could instantly tap into your entire organization's collective wisdom and give you this huge strategic head start. Well, that's exactly where our AI agent steps in.
All right, let's meet the star of the show, the risk management agent. Now, this is built using Microsoft Copilot, but I want you to think of it less like a simple chatbot and more like a super specialized, proactive new member of your project team. So let's unpack that a little bit. Custom built just means it's tailored specifically for your organization. Proactive means it's designed to get ahead of problems before they even happen. But the really critical part, the secret sauce, is that it's powered by an enterprise knowledge base. We're talking about your company's own data, your own unique experiences. And it's the sheer depth of the analysis here that really transforms the whole process. The agent doesn't just go, hey, here's a risk. No. It details the potential impact. It figures out the likely causes, it gives you recommended mitigation strategies, and it even calculates a priority level. This isn't just data, folks. This is immediately actionable intelligence. Okay, so you're probably wondering, what's it actually like to use this thing? Let's do a little walkthrough of the conversation. You'll see it feels way less like you're filling out some boring form and a lot more like you're collaborating with a genuine expert. Honestly, the process is just so straightforward. You start the chat, the agent says hi and confirms you're here to find risks. You just paste in your project description and boom, it generates that initial list for you. And from there, it's not done. It asks you, okay, what's next? Guiding you through the whole thing. Now here's a really important point, and honestly, this goes for working with any AI. The quality of the output really depends on the quality of your input. To get a super high-quality, relevant list of risks, you've got to give the agent a detailed project prompt. The more context you feed it, the more accurate and insightful its analysis is going to be. In fact, the agent is actually programmed to look for these key things to make sure it has what it needs. So, when you're writing up your description, try to hit these points. Talk about the scope, the tech stack, your timelines or milestones, the business objectives, and definitely mention any dependencies or constraints you already know about. So how does it do all this? How does it actually understand your project and dig up these relevant risks? Well, the magic is in its brain. Or maybe I should say its two brains. Let's pop the hood and take a look at the two powerful knowledge sources that are fueling this agent. Okay, so the agent's real power comes from these two brains working together. Think of it like this. On one side, you've got the rulebook. This is a superstructured database, a Dataverse table, packed with known predefined risks. This is what gives it consistency and accuracy. Then, on the other side, you've got the real world. And this is all your unstructured stuff, all those documents from past projects sitting in SharePoint. This is where it gets that rich, real-world context. And just to give you a sense of scale here, that rulebook, it's a massive Dataverse table with over 2,000 predefined risks. And each one is already detailed out with potential causes, impacts, and mitigation strategies. That is just an incredible foundation of your own institutional knowledge that it can tap into instantly.
But here's the really cool part. It's how these two brains work together. The agent uses natural language processing to read your project description. First, it finds matching risks in that structured rulebook. Then, it goes and cross-references all those unstructured, real-world documents from SharePoint to enhance the findings and, validate that they're actually relevant to your specific project. It's really the best of both worlds.
All right, so getting a smart analysis is great, but making it useful, that's what really matters, right? We can't have all this critical information just stuck inside a chat window. So the final step is all about turning that analysis into a real, tangible and actionable project artifact.
So after the agent gives you that first list of risks, it asks you what you want to do next. You've got options. You can choose to dig deeper into one specific risk, or, and this is key, you can export the entire list to use in your official project documents.
And when you hit that export button, this awesome automation just kicks into gear in the background. All that chat data gets sent to a backend flow, it parses everything, maps it all into a nice structured format, and then generates a clean Excel file. And the best part? It creates a secure download link and sends it right back to you in the chat. It's totally seamless.
Okay, let's zoom out for a second. When you start to scale this kind of capability, you're not just making one person's task a little bit easier. You're actually starting to transform the entire process of project governance and knowledge management for your whole organization.
So when you put it all together, the benefits are just crystal clear. You get way faster, standardized analysis. The recommendations you get are driven by your own company's actual experience. It slashes the manual effort involved, and the output is instantly ready for your governance process. Remember all those headaches we talked about at the beginning? This solves every single one of them.
And the value here really spreads across the whole organization. Project managers, they can now assess delivery risks in minutes, not days. The PMO, they can enforce standards without even trying. Architects can evaluate technical risks with so much more context. And stakeholders, they can get a high-level review of risk exposure whenever they want. It really becomes the central, intelligent hub for all things risk.
You know, this quote here really nails it. It says, the agent is an intelligent assistant that bridges project understanding, enterprise knowledge, and automation. And that's exactly what it is. It's this powerful bridge connecting the specifics of your project with that deep well of company knowledge, and it wraps the whole thing up in seamless automation.
So, think about it. This whole approach, combining conversational AI with your organization's unique internal knowledge, this isn't just for risk management. It can be applied to so many other business areas, which really leaves you with a very powerful question to ponder. What time-consuming manual process are you going to transform next?